Hi, Charles Traynor on the Lee Gerstmann Happy Christmas Special Show with Charles Traynor. How are you doing?
Doing great. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, or Happy Nothing if you're atheist. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
It's great to be back on the Lee Gerstmann Show.
Happy whoever gets money. Yeah. Yeah.
The good vodka.
Yeah.
Or the big value of the vodka.
Yeah.
Which is it? Is it the quality of the vodka or the quantity?
For me, it's the quantity, because if I wanted quality, I'd do cognac.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Hennessy?
Yeah.
Oh, Hennessy. Yeah, all right. Well, for everybody, if you've got eggnog with a little liquor, go ahead and drink that up. And we did Beach Boys last year for a Christmas album review. This year, this was a Lee choice. I think it was a Lee choice last year, too. Truth be told, I did pick a Christmas album myself, but we won't do that because I'm not a big Christmas music person typically, but in the spirit of the holidays, I will go ahead and do it. And this is something you picked, Lee, and I'm very fascinated what you know about this outfit.
Yeah. This is a group called Rotary Connection, and they did an album called Peace. And I'll give you a little bit of a background. I was in a record store, Tower Records, with my dad. I think it was around 1974-ish. Gloria Gaynor came out with her album I Never Can Say Goodbye, and I wanted to buy it. And my dad said, why not instead get Minnie Riperton? And he said that he saw an article about her and he was interested, and I said, nah, only because I hadn't heard anything that she did. And then so I got the Gloria Gaynor album, and then later I heard some of Minnie Riperton, and I realized I should have listened to my dad. And she was a part of this group, Rotary Connection. And it's one of the most unique soul groups around in some ways. Yeah. So there you go.
Were you aware that this was the brainchild of one Marshall Chess?
Of what?
This was the brainchild of one Marshall Chess.
I don't know. I didn't think of that.
It really was. It really was.
So you're doing this Wikipedia, you know more than I do. Go on.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's just adding to it. And of course I did, but that's because usually if I like it, I will.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Chess Records, though.
Or who?
Chess Records.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a guy named like Marshall Chip. I didn't know what you meant. I'm sorry. No, I apologize. I can't hear you because in order to make the podcast sound cleaner for the audience, I took off my headphones.
Oh, yes, Marshall Chess.
Yeah. Chess Records kind of stuff.
And I found out that Minnie Riperton was actually a receptionist at Chess Records.
That's cool.
Yeah, Marshall, I guess, was like perch, you could say. Gave it a whirl. I literally know nobody else in this group.
I know of some.
But in 74 or so, when I wasn't even born, when you got this. And by the way, shout out to Gloria Gaynor, a new Kennedy Trump Center honors winner there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that until you reminded me, but that's fine.
Right. Well, anyway, which I saw, I wouldn't watch the show. But this thing here, so when did you actually get this record?
I actually got this record really later. And I got it for maybe $1. And I got it at the thrift store, I think Salvation Army. And
Which is interesting. That might come up with it.
and I was like yeah, damn right I'm gonna get it. Like that.
Oh, fuck yeah. Now, another little interesting tidbit I saw was there was a weird poster put out when this album was put out, and it looked like Santa Claus got blown up by a grenade.
I didn't get the poster.
Right, without being actually killed, but it just looked, or blown up, but like he was all covered with soot and laying down, and looked like he was fucked up. And,
Okay.
But they said it was very controversial. But this came out in like 68 or something like that. So
Yeah.
my right. But I know Minnie River. Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, and this obviously has a lot of connection to that sound.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, kind of where her vocals are from, but
Yeah.
whatever. This is a psychedelic soul Christmas album. On the Lee Gerson show, we're the closest. We just like we have done Sly and the Family Stone, and
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes. That's kind of in the same wheelhouse. So
Kind of.
yeah, why not? This is out of Chicago, and the great son of the Chess Records. So let's check it out, Lee.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Oh sure, why not?
Okay, the first song is called Opening Round. What do you think?
Like I said, by the fact that it was in part produced by Marshall Chess, the son of the legendary Leonard Chess, I found that interesting. And I gotta say, this is as far from Howlin' Wolf as one can get here. And I see this band was, again, his brainchild, which is another interesting note. It's straight psychedelic here. I find the beginning of it like if the Who's Next Era did a Christmas song. Lots of little synthesizer flourishes with some jingle bells. Then it's an almost Celtic take on a Christmas song. It's pretty interesting, and I'd much rather listen to this than say Mariah Carey or Wham. Go ahead, Lee.
Okay, I thought this is cool. It's sort of like a bluegrass madrigal, part Devonshire, part Baton Rouge. I like it as an opener.
Hell yeah.
And now for Silent Night. Okay. It's fantastic. Something one needs to hear to believe. And I played this track for various friends, most, if not all of whom were bugged or annoyed by it. And for the very reasons why I like it so much. This is evidence of Rotary Connection being a different kind of band that took quite a few chances, and they pretty much took chances throughout their whole career. The intense guitar solo is not a mere small quirky thing. It's intentional, and it makes the song work even more, in my opinion. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting. It's remake on Apple Music. No endorsement there, but that's just what I used. It says Silent Night 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that is like, stay tuned, folks. And whoever, I hope that was a Quicksilver guy. I'm hoping that's like a Nantucket guy or something that didn't want to get down with Lee.
No. These are people who yeah, I different people.
Anyway, yeah, an interesting take on the traditional Christmas carol here. Then we get the late Minnie Riperton on harmony and vocals as well. She really went on that first song, but she's here, and she certainly has a lovely voice. This one is a bit of a soulful take on the psychedelics here, a little more soulful psychedelic, which I can enjoy. I love the feel of this one. The guitar solo is a little bit wonky at points, but overall this is a solid and fun take on the Christmas classic. I enjoyed how they played these other little Christmas carols underneath with the tubular bells. I thought that was cool, like little different Christmas carols with it. This is something that me and Lee got to dance, but I know I would for sure. I'd play on the old Christmas playlist if I was hosting a party. Old Silent Night 1 by Rotary Connection.
Right on.
Oh yeah, Lee, party at Christmas.
Yeah, even if you don't agree with any of the other songs, you're still now my favorite co-host for today. Anyway, what do you think of Christmas Love?
Okay, that's right here. Because this is like an original track here. I think opening round was too, I would assume, but Silent Night, obviously not. But this one is just a little too hippie for me. Yeah, now I'm thinking of just making love all over the country with Christmas. I don't know about that. But I can see hippies being all happy with this one. But for me, next please. No votes on this one.
Okay, I put this is a cool, mostly conventional soul song. And it has a cool melody, and I dig it. Anyway.
Okay, I said no.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, we both like Silent Night.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna think any because you're right on. You're great. Anyway, now for Last Call for Peace. I like this song too. It's a little more rocking than the last song, but as good as the last song, and I dig this one quite a bit. What do you think?
Well, the title alone was worth it. I mean, who doesn't need some Last Call and some peace? Yeah, vocalist, whoever he is, he's a tad bit shaky on this one, but music and structurally, a little more my thing here. I enjoy the sounds a bit, and at least it's not so hippie-fied. Well, it is, but not as glaringly so. It's Christmas Love. The music is slamming, so I enjoyed Last Call for Peace quite a bit, I'd say. There we go.
All right, maybe I don't know, but maybe the guy singing might be Jim Nyholt, who was also in a group called Aorta, which would be an interesting group for us to review sometime.
Okay.
Anyway, now what do you think of did I tell you what I thought?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next song is Shopping Bag Menagerie. Okay. This one I could skip. I recognize it has a song structure like something in a Broadway play, and it works as far as that type of song is concerned, but it would be the song I like least in the play. So yeah, what do you think?
Well, I actually really enjoy the lyrical content of this one. Instead of wishing Christmas love like that Christmas love, this one came across like a demented Isaac Hayes song. But with more of an individual message about what we should value at Christmas time, which I think is a good message. Very catchy melody going on here. I like this one. I thought this was a good song, actually. It's right below Silent Night 1 for me at this point.
Okay. What do you think of what would be called Silent Night 2?
Yeah. Well, interestingly, this version, and there was big co-writers on the first one too, but I guess it's the arrangement because they didn't write Silent Night. But this co-writer from Chess and his co-producer Charles Stepney, which I guess he's on the album too. Lyrically, it's Silent Night again, but we get a different feel here. Well, I guess lyrically, I don't even know if there's real lyrics, but we get some Hendrix-inspired guitar starting out with Minnie Riperton's incredibly high vocals harmonizing on it in the classic Silent Night melody. I suppose this band really likes Silent Night because we're on the second one. I do like the idea of reprising, so this is a pretty solid version of the song. Not quite as enjoyable as number one, but it's interesting, and I'd let it spin again.
Okay. By the way, Charles Stepney is the guy who produced a lot of Earth, Wind & Fire's music.
There you go.
Anyway, I thought this is interesting in more ways than I can name. Like Jimi Hendrix on guitar, and Eddie Arnold on whistle, and Terry Riley on minimalist avant-garde church organ, and Fred Waring on orchestra, combined in a way nobody but the producer on Acid knew about. Very cool. Alright, now for Christmas Child. Even if it had stayed conventional, I would have liked it, but the strange, busy orchestration made me think of if the Jackson 5 did this song with the Don Ellis Orchestra backing them, and with Eric Braun from Iron Butterfly on the guitar solo. That's how wild this really is. A song whose oddities are subtle but apparent, and that's the type of stuff I like. What do you think?
And that, that's what's interesting. It made you think of other people doing it, and it did that for me as well. Because I could have heard Terry Tapp on this as the vocalist, because I think whoever's singing this one's a bit reminiscent of the vocals. And his guitar wouldn't have hurt either, even though the guitar playing on here is pretty solid. But that just popped in my head. So what does that lead me to think? This is a decent album filler here. Because it made us think of other people doing it. Nothing great, but good enough to keep an album rolling. So it's on the positive side, but definitely filler.
All right. What do you think of Peace at Last?
Really solid vocal is on this one here. I haven't included this, but Minnie Riperton is fabulous on this in a roll. The lyrics are a bit wild. Smoking some mistletoe, and apparently Santa gets a bit stoned that way. It makes sense, man. He eats all the cookies, I suppose. So I'm going to think this is a humorous take, and it works for me. And it wouldn't be psychedelic soul without some smoking mistletoe, I suppose. A song that makes little sense, but it's fun, so I can get with it.
Okay, I put the words are awesome and have a strange but cool message. The music is less my thing. It's kind of too fluffed up for my taste, but I don't totally dislike the music entirely, but mostly it's not my bag. And now for Santa's Little Helpers. It's small, and it could have been longer, but I liked the music to it. It was my type of music. What do you think?
34 seconds and some la-las and then a chest. Not needed here. It isn't horrible, but not a song at all.
Okay, what do you think of Sidewalk Santa?
Now, you mentioned the Salvation Army thing earlier, and I miss the old Salvation Army Santa. Those were the days. I mean, folks at home, do they still have that? I haven't seen one in years. I guess it's a bit melancholic. I'm not actually sure why. But he's only Santa Claus because it's Christmas? Well, no shit. There's some lovely instrumentation here, but this one's a head scratcher. Like, I want to know more about this Sidewalk Santa. And what the hell did he do wrong? Maybe you can money and putting it in a bin for charity? Is that offensive? Like, they don't like this guy. This song makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Well, I could give you a different take on it, but I won't. Instead, I'll just say that song was moving and I could understand it, especially when I see people asking for spare change and I say I don't have any. And I feel a little bit bad because I could have possibly given them something, but then again, it's all a matter of interpretation. But the music was interesting and the song was okay. I could get into it. All right. Now for If Peace Was All We Had. Okay. This is very interesting and more original and avant-garde than what people might at first be attentive upon. The song structure was very interesting and complex, and it tried to disguise itself as a conventional soul song, but with much more to it, and I really liked it. What do you think?
This one has a powerful opening, which is pretty great, actually. I was going to say Sidewalk Santa, but I didn't know how emotional the song that was for you, so it's like your Mr. Bojangles, I guess. So I've substituted the Santa's Little Helper. That was kind of not needed. And so this song is not that, and it's much better for that, I can assure you. It made me go back and listen to not Sidewalk Santa, but Santa's Little Helpers and get upset more already. Great horn work here, and you get some damn near Beach Boy type horn music points here. What ain't more like it for me? Shame on them for Santa's Little Helpers.
Yeah, I think that what. Okay, I'll tell you.
I feel bad about.
I think that what it's about. It's about a guy who's a homeless guy who's just trying to bum money, so he's dressing up as Santa only to get the money. Yeah. Well, no, not scam artist, but ne'er do well, meaning like he's homeless, and that so he's trying to get money, and so he's only Santa during Christmas. That's what I got from it.
I didn't get that. So you know what? Now I feel bad. I'll wash my mouth out. So clear. Okay. I'm not.
But I mean, but still.
I'm not getting my stocking stuff. I'm getting cold. Please.
But anyway, I know people who they did that even though they weren't Santa. They would just, do you have any spare change? Right the fuck now. And then they chase people down the street. I didn't do that, but I know people. But anyway,
I feel like we had better, but well, that's fine.
All right, but anyway, I guess you're next, and the song is, well, you're next regardless of, I guess it's called The Silent Night Chant. What do you think of that?
Most radical take on the Silent Night song here, and more than likely my favorite. It sounds like Sly and the Family Stone doing the number, but it's not. It's our buddies, the Rotary Connection. This one rocks quite a bit, and I'll correct myself. I said the other one was my favorite. No, this is my favorite version of Silent Night on this album, even though I love the one too. The guitar is awesome, and the hollered vocals are kick-ass. This is my kind of tune here, Lee. This is an awesome one. Silent Night Chant.
All right, I put a great tune. This is the song that some people prefer because it's more conventional in its psychedelic structure, and I won't disagree. But I think it works as an individual song and not necessarily a song that overpowers the others. I think it all pretty much works as an integral whole. Okay, now for the last song or the last thing, silence. It's not that it didn't work or that it did work, but it was what it was. Thematically it works, but musically it was literally nothing. What do you think?
I bet people that hate this album would say it's the best track on the album.
Oh,
Say this was not needed. It's 34 seconds of silence. Well, I don't know if they have to pull out the LP or what, but it's not a song. But for the great Silent Night versions alone, and maybe I'll have to re-listen to Sidewalk Santa with a different take. But this was a fun album overall. I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather listen to this than the majority of Christmas albums out there. So thank you for turning me on to it, Lee.
thank you. And yes, when I had the original vinyl version, the silent track was on there. It's not an extra bonus thing. It's like,
4 seconds of nothing. Oh,
yeah.
nothing. Which is just great style. They must have been doing some good drugs. They must have really.
Have you ever had times in church where you're supposed to sit silently in meditation for about 30 seconds?
Yes, and
That's probably what they were thinking.
I think it kind of ties into Silent Night, since they were very into Silent Night, which is interesting because as a youngster, the favorite time I ever had going to church was Christmas Eve, and they'd hand out these little candles, and they'd turn the lights down, and they'd sing Silent Night.
Huh.
That was really neat. It was a fun memory. So I think out of all great classic Christmas songs, Silent Night is one of my favorites. So you didn't know that.
Yeah, I've done a jazz version of Silent Night, which I need to redo because I think it's great.
Yeah.
My version is great.
It's my favorite Christmas song. So they did 3 cool versions on here.
Right
And
on.
then did the silence, which was a wacky thing at the end. But yes, it's real, folks. But if you're tired of listening to Last Christmas and All I Want for Christmas Is You and that nonsense, put this fucker on. The Rotary Connection. No relation to the Great Rainbow Connection by the Muppets. I promise you that. Plus, Minnie Riperton was a great talent. Yeah, you should have listened to that. But that's okay.
Right on. Thank you, Charles.
Thanks for having me back, and Merry Christmas and
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays.
All right, take care, buddy. Bye-bye.